a customer need and a product fit. Having finished the prototype and carried out several tests in the processing phase, a new polymer which is called PSU. It's polyester foam has been successfully used as a baby feeding bottle in China. And this is a statement from both from the customer side and from the supplier side. So I would like to finish my presentation and to use this Swiss postmark from last year without any further commentations. Thank you very much for your attention.
Big one or a small one, but I think it's important that there is a bridge, that it's well maintained and that people can walk across. And I think this is something what your association is doing very well, maintaining this bridge. So why did we want to know about Chinese students in Switzerland? My organization, main task is to promote Switzerland in China so that more people come to study. I'm deeply convinced that it's not only enough to promote, go to China and to tell people, well, it's wonderful and great in Switzerland. I think our job is also to really make it a good time for you to be a hospitable country for foreign students, and in this case, Chinese students. So we wanted to know how do Chinese students perceive their life here as a student in Switzerland, because the purpose was really to better understand. I've never been a Chinese student in Switzerland, so I don't really know what is actually the challenges or the risks or what is the fortes of Switzerland. We wanted to have a better guidance for particularly the early time when you newly arrived, so your first few months here, what is actually going on, what are the most urgent needs. So also to improve the communication between the universities and the students, because when you better know what the student needs, you might also be in a better position to provide the right service. And obviously, that's always the case, also to promote Switzerland to Chinese students, not only the ones that are back in China, but also you, because you're going back. And if you talk positively about Switzerland, that's much more worth than when I go to China and talk positively about Switzerland. So, there are some arrows lacking here. Maybe this is the mp4 problem. I just wanted to show here how the interaction is going on. I think we started a very successful cooperation between Swissnex and your association. So we are somewhere in between. Obviously, we're located in Shanghai. But on the Swiss side, if I want to talk to Chinese students, I don't think this is really goes directly from me to Chinese students. I think it's great that we have an organization like your association, because you're the peers, you know what this life is all about, so we can ask Chinese students through your organization. I think that makes it much more efficient. On the other side, we also have the Chinese students in China, the masters and the bachelors we would like to attract to come to Switzerland, and also there we have a pendant to the association, which is the Western Return Scholar Association, or the Overseas Return Association. I don't really get the name always correctly. So the survey, how did it come to the survey? We asked actually a year ago, just the day, or the same day as we had the first forum. We sat together with the president and some of his people, and we were talking about would you be ready and able to do the survey, and luckily you said yes, and you also did it. And so we came up with a mandate that we gave to the also association to do this survey, where 270 people, Chinese students in Switzerland, participated. It was an internet-based survey combined with telephone interviews, and the main topics that were discussed was the motivation to come to Switzerland, how was the application process perceived, how is it living and studying in Switzerland, where are the biggest challenges, and then what are the future plans? Do you want to stay in Switzerland, or is this a good base for a further And these are now the results. I'm not going to go into detail in the numbers, and you will find the survey from probably in a week or two so on, also on our website. But I mean, I think still there are some interesting numbers here. For me, it was actually a surprise that 68% of these 217 people, that they had chosen Switzerland as their top choice for studies abroad. I was surprised. I thought this number is going to be lower. It's maybe in the 40 or 50%, but I was surprised that 70% being here also really wanted to come in the first place to Switzerland. I mean, this is a relief to me, so this is actually good news. And obviously that Switzerland is chosen because there is a high quality of life, which also means there is a high quality of infrastructure, not only in everyday life, but also in education and in your research labs. I think that comes kind of together. And 62% for the good reputation of its education, which is also for me quite a high number. I mean, we know that Switzerland has a positive image, but we have other numbers that actually contradict this a little bit. There are other surveys which actually tell us, well, it's peaceful and it's great in Switzerland, but it's not really the country to go to study or to do research. So the innovation side of Switzerland, and we are one of the most innovative countries in the world, is not really that well known. And then happy also about 90%, so that when you go back or now talk to your peers, that you actually say, well, this is a very positive experience in Switzerland, why don't you come here as well? And then there was this question about the money, because that's always an issue. Switzerland, high quality of life, but also very high-priced country. But then on the other hand, I must say, hardly any tuition fees. So if you do actually make up the sum between living costs and tuition fees, at the very end, you're better off in Switzerland than in the United States. But this is also something that people have to know, otherwise they might not expect it. Then, for the third, it was just a backup option. It's still great that we're coming, but we would like to have this number a little bit lower. So to say, well, actually everybody being here, every student, it was really the first choice to come to Switzerland. And then obviously a lack of information about Switzerland, its education system, about its top research going on back in China. So when the BA or the master student has to decide to which country he or she wants to go, obviously there we have to improve. We have to bring our message to the campus, to the students directly in that phase when the student is actually deciding. But I'd say it's not only the students, it's also the professors, because some of the students, you talk to your professor, what do you think, where should I go? And if the professor says, never ever go to Switzerland, then, I mean, it's not really a good case for us. So we have this two level. It's the student we want to give more information, but it's also the professor. Also, the professor should actually recommend Switzerland. Then obviously it's the long application process and visa, but I would say all in all now with the introduction of Schengen visa, it doesn't really make a difference. Wherever you go in Europe, you have the same process, and it's not longer for Switzerland than for Germany or the UK. It's just a complicated, bureaucratic process when you have to go through it. I mean, there's no way. It can be a little bit less complicated, but it's always bureaucracy, and this is always difficult. Very high number regarding the language problem, and I think there we also have to do a better job. I mean, obviously in everyday life we will hear either German or Italian or French wherever you study, but I would say overall knowledge of English in the Swiss population is pretty good. And we really have many programs going on in English on the master level, and I would say PhD, postdoc level, anyway, when you work